today at the Cherry Hill Urban Community Garden. I am the chef and owner of a food truck in Baltimore City called Wild Time. I have been volunteering with Tastewise Kids for a couple of years now as a guest chef as well as just a volunteer, and I've been helping them with their Tastewise Kids at Home curriculum. And I'm here today to make a midsummer tomato salad. So I got all of these ingredients from this farm and from the Baltimore Farmers Market. I have some delicious looking tomatoes. The recipe calls for 3 to 4 tomatoes, but because some of them were kind of small, I have 5 here. I have a few cucumbers, again kind of smaller in size, so I'm going to use 2. I have some red spring onions, and this called for a 1/4 cup, so I'm gonna just kind of cut a few of these up. The recipe said that we should use corn because I think tomatoes are pretty acidic, and adding vinegar makes them even more so. And so I like to add a little bit of sweetness to balance it all out. So because there wasn't corn at the farmer's market, I grabbed a peach to add. But if you have corn at home, that's wonderful. You can add that in when we do the peach step. I also have some beautiful purple basil that I grabbed from this farm. A little bit of olive oil and vinegar, some salt to finish it, and then I also grabbed some beautiful nasturtiums from the farm that we can just decorate the bowl with at the end. And nasturtiums are a delicious flower that you can eat. They look beautiful and they're really peppery. So that is the midsummer tomato salad. Part of the reason why we're doing this video today is because we're reflecting on May, which was National Salad Month, and as an organization, Tastewise Kids fundraises in May so that we, as an organization, can hand out salad kits to schools that we're partnered with the Days of Taste program, as well as other community organizations. So this year for Baltimore City, we fundraised $800, which is really incredible. Thank you all for your support with that. And that is going to total to be 50 salad kits, which is really incredible. And a salad kit is basically ingredients that we source locally, and dressing ingredients, and then a list of instructions on how to put together a delicious, beautiful salad and salad dressing. So, and we are actually going to be sourcing from this farm and then distributing with the Cherry Hill Community Support at the 3rd week of July. So that is coming up, and it's going to be really wonderful. So we can get started on making this delicious salad now. I'm going to move some of the things out of the way and just start with the tomatoes. So with tomatoes, I like to use a serrated knife. I think it makes it a little bit easier. But regardless, if you have a really nice sharp knife at home, that'll do too. I like to cut them in half so that I can be working on a flat side, so that I'm not cutting something that is able to roll around. Depending on your knife, when you're cutting, you always want to put your hand in a bear claw formation. That allows your fingers to be tucked back so that they're safe. And so for the tomato, we just want to cut the end off here so that the little part where the stem comes out is not going in the salad. And then we're going to just cut the tomato into slices, and then again into some slices into these longer pieces, and then cut those longer pieces into little cubes. And one of the great things about the tomato salad is that it kind of a variation of it can become a really delicious summer salsa. So you can make a corn and tomato salsa. Also, another salad that's called panzanella is a similar recipe, and what you do is you add huge chunks of croutons in at the end, and the delicious hard bread soaks up the juices that are created in the salad. The salad dressing is super simple. It's just vinegar, olive oil, and salt. And part of the reason, if you wanted the salad to be less watery, you could always scoop the seeds out, but there aren't that many seeds in these smaller cucumbers, so it is not, I'm not going to do that today. I also like to keep the skins on because they're packed with nutrients and they add a little bit more color to the salad. They add that dark green, and I think that's so beautiful in contrast with the tomatoes. So that's the cucumber piece. Next we're going to move on to the onion, and the onion can be really spicy occasionally. And if you're not interested in having spice in your salad in such an intense way, something you can do is that in advance you can actually start with the red onions and then put them in the vinegar, the 2 to 3 tablespoons of vinegar, and that allows them to mellow out a little bit. So I love getting produce at the farmer's market because you end up getting the whole vegetable sometimes, and with spring onions the greens are so tender that you can actually put some of the stem into the salad as well. So if you have that option today with you, but if you just have a red onion, what you're going to do, again, it rolls. Let's cut it in half. And then once it's cut in half, it's a little bit easier to peel the top layers off. I keep the end part with the roots on to make it a little bit easier to cut because the onion stays together. So then you can kind of slice on down. And you can do thin slices, like I'm doing, where they kind of come apart into these littler pieces. You can also do something where you dice them in a similar size to the tomato and cucumber. So let's say you slice a piece off like that, and then you can slice that into smaller pieces if that's what you feel comfortable. I always say food is really delicious chunky too, and if you're not really good with your knife, then you don't have to pressure yourself to go any farther with your knife skills. But another way is to slice into the onion horizontally as you're holding the top, again kind of like pinching down so your fingers are clustered and in case your knife slips. And then you can take the point of the knife and slice along the top of the onion, and then cutting down, and this kind of is more impressive with a bigger onion, but that will dice your onion for you, kind of doing the horizontal, the across, and then the down. So that's a delicious red onion. I'm going to take this out of here. So I'm going to just slice long ways, because these spring onions are small enough, and again, you can crumble them in so that they break apart, and then they're in smaller pieces already because they're pretty small since they were grown this year. So I'm going to do another spring onion, and I'm kind of doing a trimmed down version of the recipe. I'm not putting the full amount of everything in. And in general, when I'm cooking a recipe like this, I think that what's really great about cooking is that at home is that you can taste it as you make it, and you can kind of decide on your own. Maybe you put in half of the onions and you see, that's actually probably as much onions as I want. Another example is you can always, again, like what happened this morning with me, I went to the farmer's market looking for corn. It wasn't there yet. It's going to likely be there in July. So I got a peach instead to add sweetness because I knew that would be a good substitute. Because sweet corn is quite sweet. So, here's that onion. Wonderful. So at this point, if you have corn at home, You can go ahead, if it's a sweet corn, you can go ahead and just cut the corn off from the cob and add it in raw. If you have canned corn, you can strain it out, add that corn in. Maybe not the full can if you're making this recipe. You could start with half. But also, again, like I said, you could make salsa pretty easily from these ingredients. And so if you wanted it to have more corn, it would kind of take a different style. So I got a delicious white peach from the farmer's market. And I'm just gonna cut across, kind of like how I did with the onion, so that it makes it a little bit easier to dice. Here, that. A little bit slippery and juicy. It's gonna be really good. You can add one in at a time, and again, we can be tasting what we're making, so that we can make it to our preference. Last but not least, a little pinch of salt. I'm going to mix it up. And then when I'm getting ready to serve it, I'm going to add some of these beautiful flowers on top. They're going to add a beautiful amount of color. And they also are going to be a little peppery, which is going to be really nice in this salad where we didn't add any pepper. If you don't have these flowers, you can add a little fresh pepper to the salad, and that'll be really delicious. If you're not a fan of pepper, you can skip that step entirely. So, this is the salad. I'm going to bring it up close. Here. And I took a picture of the ingredients, and I'll take a picture of the salad at the end. So if you enjoyed this video, you can like it, you can share it, you can comment on it. If you have any questions specifically about the salad, I'm happy to answer them. You can also check back in for more activities with Tastewise Kids. We are doing a bi-monthly vlog where we share at home, easy to do food related activities, and as well as just some fun facts. And we are also highlighting this summer different careers that you can get into with food. So far on June 16th we had a farmer, Emma, highlighted. On June 30th we had a local baker, Amanda Mack, highlighted, as well as a few others. Doug Wetzel from Gertrude's shared with us some of his cooking videos. And so it's a variety of things where you get to see a little bit about what you can do with food in a career, and you can also learn a little bit and do some activities at home that are really great, and using the ingredients around us that grow near here. Again, I want to thank you on behalf of Tastewise Kids so much if you were able to contribute and donate to the salad kit. That's going to allow us to distribute 50 salad kits here in Cherry Hill with the ingredients from this farm, and it's going to be really wonderful. Salad is such a healthy and delicious way to eat in the summer and all the time, and we're excited that we got to share this recipe with you, and that we are going to be able to distribute the 50 kits. So thank you for tuning in, and again, if you have any questions at all, please just comment below, or go onto the Tastewise Kids website. Okay, thank you so much.